Live, 1, 2, 3, air live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Milky Way. And here we are again, another day in the Milky Way. And tonight, guess what? We don't have Morgan. And I got to turn my volume down that I didn't turn down yesterday. Anyway, so tonight we were going to have Morgan on and do pictures and things like that. Unfortunately, things went awry and her internet and stuff went down, and the only people that I could really get to join me tonight, of course, Darth is going to read us a card, and Steve, he volunteered. He's feeling better. He's almost 50%.
Not completely better, but I'm on the road.
We were all sending you good vibes.
I can tell.
So anyway, and Crystal came on to talk about her hats, and then of course, if you haven't recognized the big guy behind me, Big Al decided to join us too. Hey, Big Al, how you doing back there?
He's big, all right.
I'll just pinch his nose. Look at that.
He's so big, I thought his sombrero was yours.
Yeah, look at that. I got a sombrero on top of my head. No, it's Al.
Many layers of that onion.
Yeah, he's always giving me a hard time about who's in the background, but guess what? It's him.
That's funny. Good one.
Oh yeah.
Stick it to him. Stick it to him. Stick it to him.
Oh well, you got to have a little fun with everything.
So how has everybody been?
I've been good. Crystal,
I've been well.
She looks like she's.
See, for me, that's just such a loaded question because I have been like on this most magical, phantasmical like ride lately. Like, really, pretty much this whole year is just like building up into this explosion of super. Like, I can't even go into it. It's too deep. It's just too much for just a quick beanie plug. Trust me. It's been, I did do a video today kind of explaining a little bit about the journey that I've been on this year. You know, the first step of, getting out of Florida, which was making me literally sick being there, and moving to Tennessee and then starting kind of like a new healing process. And so it's taken guts, balls, tenacity, and the help from you guys, because I literally would not be sitting here right now without my family, you guys, my soul family, wanting to see, each other expand and go outside of their comfort zones and stretch into a new level of reality and new realities. And it hasn't been easy. It has been very like some tower moments and some dark nights of the soul, but then there's some big, sunshining moments. So it's just been like a real mixed journey for me. And I'm still literally like data processing this, and I mean, I turned 44 on Wednesday, and it's been probably in the past 15 years has been the most profound year in a long time that I can remember, that it's been so intense and a lot of learning, a lot of realizing things. And I mean, the scales kind of falling off my eyes, so to speak, towards myself, not even just about my reality, but just for myself. So it's huge, guys. This is just really big.
Well, the most beautiful part of everything you just said is you didn't mention COVID.
Yay!
Hey.
Got to give that one.
That is the most beautiful part of the whole thing you just said right there.
That is not even like anywhere near like
exactly. Thank you.
It's like this. What I got going on my reality. Way
exactly what I mean by that. But it's a route for a lot of people to get to the same spot, and it's awesome that you're getting there, and I'm glad for you. I'm really happy for you that you're happy.
Aww.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you so much, Steve. I love you so much, my 333 brother.
Ditto.
Yes. Well, you went through so much just getting out of Florida there. I remember you talking about it, how you were literally walking or riding a bicycle to work, and then you came here to Tennessee and almost got in a car wreck and killed.
No, I did get into a car wreck. I swung through some trees.
Yeah, but yeah, almost, could have got killed there. And then look at, I mean, you had to go through hell and high water just to get where you're at.
Yeah, it was a fight. There was a battle going on. This isn't all like fluffy rainbow unicorn parts. This has been a real deep, powerful, spiritual journey. So what you see on the surface, you don't, unless you have the eyes to see or the heart to feel it, there's so much more going on in the underneath of the fabric of what you're seeing and what my limited brain and mouth can convey to you or to explain to you the processes that I've been in this year. It is absolutely soul shaking, mind blowingly profound. So
well, the best part is that you're alive, you're well, you're healthy, and you're here, and we all care about you. And look at that. You're sharing with everybody, and it's awesome.
I know, I can't believe
it. That's the best part. That is the best part. And you're now you're trying to make some hats. And
yeah, I got my beanie thingy going. I started another. I had to undo it because I made a mistake. So when you make a mistake, you have to undo it and start all over. So I had to start that all over today. So yeah, sometimes like, oh. But yes, if I could get some orders in, that would be fantastic.
All right. Well, tell them how to order now. This is
Oh yeah, just go over to my link down in the description box to my PayPal. I'm not sure if it's like Crystal Dawn something. There will be a link down in the PayPal. If you want just a beanie, it's $40. There will be a shipping cost in there. Just depends on how big your order is. It's anywhere from $7 to like $4. So, but then if you want the beanie that has a scarf attached to it, which I highly recommend this winter, it's gonna be freezing cold.
Okay, that one's so here, hang on. I'm the model. Model. Okay, here. Oh, I got it on wrong. Hold on. Oh no, I got it on right. It only goes one way. And
there you go. Woo!
Nice.
There we go. With a scarf.
It looks so good on you too.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It covers Minnesota your ears. That's what makes it nice.
Yeah.
It's long enough. It could come all the way around. Keep you warm.
Yes.
So you're in Minnesota. We're getting 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight.
Yeah.
It's like one of those cat in the hat things, It's quite long. It works good.
So those are $60 plus
and then
the shipping.
These. And then I have these. One of them is going to Delaney Jones there. She's getting this one. And Darth, we decided that you're going to get one too.
Yeah.
You're going to get a black one.
Yep.
Well, not a black one. No, wait. What color do you want, Darth?
Don't matter.
What she can make? You can make all kinds of colors, Crystal.
Yeah, I've got black, deep blue, and like kind of that gold brown color. Let's see what else. I think I need probably get some more material. I'm kind of running a little low, so I have either brown, blue, or black.
Deep blue.
Deep blue. Okay, you got it.
All right. And we're gonna get one to Steve because he lives in Minnesota. He's gonna freeze his ears off. So
okay, I'll make him a black beanie.
Black beanie.
Cold up here.
That's right.
You can wear, Steve. You can wear that underneath your hat, so just to keep your head like a little bit warmer than normal. Plus, we'll have my love energy infused in it, so
I could have hat underwear.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right,
you guys. We'll have a great conversation, and I'm gonna jump over into the chat because Zoom doesn't let me do that on my dumb phone. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate all your orders. I really appreciate that, you guys. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what's next, guys. I love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. All right. Darth, my man. Hey, it's a guy's night tonight. Look at this. You got some good cards for us tonight.
Yeah, I already pulled one ahead of time.
You did. Good deal. We got a
I
whole
had
bunch
to
of.
change it.
We got what? Oh, there. Oh, bye, Crystal. There she goes.
She had to have the last word.
Yeah, that's a woman for you. Anyway, we got a lot of people in the chat room waiting for this card. We got, let's see who's here. We got Annie Allen. We got Deborah Truex. We got Sarah Horton, who loves this show, and she's saying, "Good job, Crystal, on your journey." We got Jill Jarrett. We got Milky's mom. Hello, Milky's mom. Brenda, thank you for coming. We always enjoy when you come. Trina's in the house. She's cooking dinner, but it's she's got to watch the dinner. It's burning. We got Deborah Sloan, and we got Steve in the house. Oh yeah, there you are, Steve. I'm just reading the numbers off. So anyway, I'm sure there'll be more coming in. Darth, you ready to read your card?
Yes. Full moon in Scorpio.
All right, hold it. Can you hold that card up and show it so everybody can see? I enlarged
this video.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, good deal.
It's time to release negative energy. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as a phoenix that is rising from the ashes. As birth, death, and rebirth peregrine. Not sure what that is. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there is a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It always comes certainly and won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you're magical, then this is the time to start working your magic. This can also herald the start of a secular time if you've been experiencing something of a drought and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is a sign that likes to go deep into the body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing suspicious about it coming your way.
Good deal.
What sign are you, Darth?
Aquarius rising, Taurus sun, and Gemini moon. That's all in Vedic though.
Well, you got your head wrapped around that. I can't even begin to start where I am. What I am. I know I'm a Gemini, but that's about it.
I study astrology in Vedic, and the signs are all different. They're like 1 month ahead of tropical.
Okay.
So, what was your message with the reading you just did? To look inward or to what?
Just something I pulled out and something I've been doing lately. Actually, looking in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Awesome.
go. Nice.
Actually, very surprising when you actually do a lot of deep cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not talking about with Lysol either, right?
What? No, not with Lysol.
No, there you go. Yeah, but Darth, you're doing pretty good. You're starting to get them cards. You're getting the readings down, and every time you come on, you're getting a little bit better each time. That's the best. I mean, I'm some of these people they got. Darth, I got a question. Do you have any like a lot of people they got these intuitive skills and things like that. Do you get any of that stuff?
I'm working on it, but it's in my birth chart for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just did my astrology report, and it's definitely in there.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was a Gemini moon and Mercury combination that I have.
Yeah.
That makes a person intuitive. I have to do more study on that, though.
Okay. Well, see, you got it there. You just got to work on and practice, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good deal. Well, good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Love, peace, chicken grease, Darth.
All right. Anyway, well, thank you, Darth. And you come back again sometime then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And well, Steve, now it's just us. All right.
I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh. I'm going to pick your brain tonight. Well, I hope you're feeling better. You sound a little kind of half there and half going, but
I'm a little groggy yet.
I'll take, did you take some stuff for it and you feel all better, get your vitamins in and stuff like that? Yeah,
vitamins.
Good deal. Yeah.
Vitamin D.
Yeah. That's always a
lots
plus.
of magnesium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got to get your magnesium in there. I like to take some zinc too. I don't know if you take zinc to get in there. I don't know.
Yeah, in one of the pills I'm sure I'm taking.
Yeah.
I don't know. My wife's a nurse, so I just take the pills.
Oh, wow, there you. Gee, you got it right there, right. Don't you?
I'm lucky.
Yeah. So
more ways than one.
So yeah, and now is your? I know there's different levels of nurses. Is she? What kind of, nurse is she? Type.
She's an RN, and I think I forget. She's like head of nursing, but she isn't I don't forget what the head nurse is called.
Oh,
It escapes me. I forget, what is it? I can't remember.
Well, that's good enough. It's all right.
She's pretty good. I mean, she's pretty good.
Good. Yeah, you got to go to school for a lot of years to be nursing and stuff. I mean,
administered medications and stuff. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's just a hair step under being a doctor.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like, I knew quite a few nurses back in the day. If you know what I mean. Yeah. And they knew almost what the doctor knows, if not actually more, because they actually did more stuff. The doctor come in, scribbled his name on a thing and gave you a prescription and looked at some charts, and they did literally all the work. They do all the foot travel, the pill given, the shot given. They roll you over in the beds and roll you out, roll you in, take your blood pressure. They're the harder working bunch than just
dealing with the families and everything. Yes, the interface between patient and doctor. Yes. Yeah.
The doctor, he just comes in, you see him for 2 minutes and he's gone. You never see him again. So,
right.
Yeah,
so, you got to be a special person to be able to give like that, and you have to care if you're going to do good in your job. And I think she's all of that. She's an angel. So
yeah,
I'm lucky to have to listen to her.
Yes, you're very lucky. You have a nurse right now for you when you get sick and stuff like that.
I'm kidding. I do what I want. Only when I'm sick. I listen. No.
Yeah. You only get Oh well, right. It's all right. So anyway, and Miss Amber Dawn just joined the crowd, and Candy Apple. We got a bunch of people pulled in here. Good deal. And prescription drugs, she says, gotta love them.
Yeah, when you need them.
Yeah, when you need them. And some of the worst part is they say that 80% of America's on some sort of prescription drug. I mean, it makes you wonder if those things ever ran out, what would happen to people?
They'd go through lots of withdrawals probably.
Yeah, withdrawals, pain and suffering, heart attacks. I mean, it seems like everybody I know is on blood pressure medication some way or another. And it's like, I remember back in the day, they said I had high blood pressure. I went in for some kind of cholesterol blood screen test thing or whatever it was. And you got high blood pressure. And right away, they're like, here, here's the pills, take these. You can eat anything you want. You'll be fine. And I thought about it, and I asked the doctor lady, I said, hey, don't you, should I quit eating salt or, do something different or whatever? No, she says, with these pills, you can, she says, but with these pills, that'll, you can eat whatever you want. And when she said that, I had a awakening right there. Like, holy cow! You mean I can just take the pills and eat what I want? And that doesn't seem like a real good solution. And so, needless to say, I didn't take the pills, and I changed my diet, and here I am today.
Did you used to get the high pitch heartbeat in your ears?
Nope. I
Did you
always
ever get bloody noses
yeah, I've got bloody noses before.
out of nowhere and stuff?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think that was just because my nose was dry or whatever. But
that's high blood pressure. That's
so,
why I had to go get blood pressure medication.
ah,
You got to watch that, man, because you can have a stroke. You don't want to have a stroke.
no, you don't want to have a stroke. But
What happens is your arteries get tightened. They start being unbendable or unflexible.
Yep.
Or, and that's because of our diet. Yep.
Yeah. No, and that's what I did. I went ahead and did a lot of research on it, which I suggest everybody should do, is go out and do your own research and make the decision for yourself on everything, because just go into the doctor like I did and then have them say, here, just take these pills. I was like, I actually took them for about a week, and I was so sluggish and so tired. I mean, I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like I was, gonna, fall asleep half the time. I couldn't move. I mean, I thought I was
feeling that way just because I was lazy.
Yeah, there you go. No, I was out. I was riding horses and logging, and man, I just had all the energy in the world. And I took those for about a week, and I just couldn't literally function. And I was like, and that was that. They went out the door, and I started eating a little bit different. And here I am today, and I can walk 5 miles one way, take a break, and walk 5 miles back in the mountains, and and I'm still healthy and wise. Maybe not so wealthy, but I'm still healthy and wise. There you go.
Well, that's the wealthiest one could be, is healthy and wise.
Yeah, there's nothing. My mother, believe it or not, that's the one wise thing she always tells me, is there's nothing more important in your life. If you spend all your money on and to be healthy, that's all that matters. And I kind of keep that in my head. So anyway,
right.
So tonight
that's a sweet piece of advice.
Yeah. So if you don't get anything else out of this show tonight, is make sure that you stay healthy, eat healthy, take your vitamins, take what vitamins, do your research. That's all I can say. Do the research, figure out what's best for you, and then take it in the right amounts. If you have to consult the doctor, do that. If you want to read up on it, ask other people what they're doing. Don't just think that guy on the thing that says, here, buy this elixir, it's going to cure everything in your body. Just research the products, because there's a lot of products out there that they're selling that really don't do much. You know what I'm saying?
Snake oil salesman around every corner.
Yes, snake oil salesman. Make sure you get high quality products. It's better to buy one thing that's real high quality than to buy 10 bottles of something that's half-ass. You ain't gonna get nothing out of it anyway, right?
Most medications you don't get nothing but negative side effects from.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
there are some that save lives, and I've got plenty of those. So
well, and that's true. You could take one medication that will help you, say, with your liver. We'll just use that. And then the other medication they're going to give you for hypertension, which somehow doesn't react good with the other medication that you took. I mean, how many medications can you really take at the same time?
The one I'm on is bad for your kidneys.
Oh, there you go. And then how long can you be on that before your kidneys go bad?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do they mention that? No, they just keep doing tests.
Yeah.
Making sure your kidneys aren't bad.
Yeah, until they are.
What am I, a guinea pig? You're trying to gauge how long it will take before somebody's kidneys start going bad?
Yeah, and then so what happens when your kidneys start going bad? They take you off of that and say, well, your kidneys are going bad. Now we'll give you this other medication to help your kidneys.
Right.
You know, I mean, you're in
there's no money in a cure. Remember that.
That's right. I got a good chicken story for that. So I used to raise chickens back in the day, and I had tons of eggs. And one day the chickens started dying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go down to the co-op and I tell the guys, hey, chickens are dying. I don't know what to do. They're just literally dropping dead right in front of me.
Did they act crazy first, or start walking in one direction in a circle first?
Well, I watched one of my pigeons just flying in the sky and just dropped out of the sky and fell dead right in front of me. And I'm like, what the heck is this going on? The chickens are every day I'd come into the thing. I'm throwing out dead chickens. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Pigeons, chickens, it didn't matter. They were all dying. The guy says, oh, I know what that is. Blah, blah, blah. Here, we'll mix you up a batch of feed and I'll fix it. Sure enough, he mixed up that batch of feed and I went home and I fed that feed and chickens stopped dying. The pigeons quit dying too. Everything was good, doing good. So I went back and I bought her a batch of feed. This time I didn't get that batch of feed with the medication in it. And then they started dying again. And I says, the chickens are dying again. I says, I fed them that feed. They didn't die. And he says, that feed doesn't cure the disease they got. He says it just puts it on hold so you can collect the eggs and still eat the eggs. I says, what?
Really?
Yeah. I says, what? And then that's my reaction. That's how I looked. I was like, what? He says, yeah. He says, if you feed them this medication, you can eat the eggs. But if you we'll give you the other medication that will cure them.
You know why that's so profound for me, Robert, is because I developed an allergy to eggs recently.
Yeah?
Yeah. In the last couple of years.
Oh.
Where if I eat an egg, my mouth swells up, my throat starts swelling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. So he says, yeah, because he says if you feed them the other medication, then you can't eat the eggs for a little while, and then you can start. They'll cure them. Their disease will be gone. And I just went, yeah. Well, why didn't you give me that in the beginning? So see, there might be something to it. It's all about the chemicals in the foods, like your egg thing. You're thinking you're allergic to eggs, but in reality, maybe you just need to get some organic eggs. Somebody raised them off the farm
some that aren't getting some Prozac in their diet.
Exactly. Because, but that's exactly it. Those eggs have a lot of chemicals in it when you feed them.
Our water everywhere. If we're an enclosed system, a biosphere, it's per se the Earth system. Mm-hmm. Think about all the chemicals from the medications in our water.
Yep.
Because that can't all be filtered out.
Yes.
There's certain medications like the ones that end in "ene" or something like that do not and cannot be pulled from the water unless you do a certain chemical reaction, and then it leaves chemical residue from that in it.
Yeah.
So, in the long story short, it never goes away. So imagine what our water system's like right now. Yeah,
they said that they can test a river and find penicillin in there and drugs in there, and even the plastic bottles. They can find the little deals, the little fibers from the plastic in eggs and in your water and in your meat and stuff, because that plastic is breaking off little pieces and it doesn't digest, and it goes through the chicken and into the egg and things like that, and you're actually eating pieces of plastic from there, and that's in your body too, because of course who doesn't drink out of a plastic bottle at some point in their life? No, I mean there's certain plastics that don't do that, I guess, but the majority of them do, especially the ones that are flexible, like the plastic bottles.
Did you hear about the new microorganism that can eat plastic in like 2 days?
No, I did not.
Yeah. They're talking about unleashing it on that raft of trash out in the middle of the Pacific.
Wow. But the question, what happens after it gets done eating?
Exactly. Where does it go after that?
Yeah. Does it die, or does it say,
put it back? You get your Ghostbuster trap and set her out there and wait for them to come by and trap them back in there, or what? I mean,
yeah.
Is it going to eat a hole through the earth?
Well, and that's the thing. What would it go on? I mean, it's just like anything else. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And then it goes and needs food. And well, you know how things are. They have to change to their environment. And what happens if it decides that, you know, maybe flesh is the new plastic?
Right.
You know, because like I said, we got plastic in our flesh now because of, well, what if that stuff gets out and starts eating us? Uh-oh, now you got a problem.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do?
And then you got yourself
yeah.
a big problem.
Yeah. Well, that's like anything.
Zombieland is nothing compared to that, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, like they were saying, they developed this mosquito. They're going to let this mosquito out, and they, modified it so it can, get rid of the other
750
mosquitoes.
million of them or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that's fine and dandy, but letting it out. I mean, it's what if it doesn't work?
Everything in our biosphere serves its purpose.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, exactly. But then when you develop something new and you stick it in there, you don't know all the consequences.
You're killing off all the frogs, probably. You're killing off all the lower reptiles that feed on the mosquitoes. The bats, other bugs.
Yes.
You're just totally without bugs. And hey, what's up?
Sorry.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing. I'm looking for my jacket.
Where is your jacket?
It's
Not in here. Sorry, my daughter came home. She's wants to rummage through her stuff.
That's all right. This is real life. That's why we're live.
Right.
That is it. But that was a thing. What were we talking about with
the bugs and the placement?
Oh, yeah. I had something to say about that. When I was a kid, they always taught us that, when you see a lot of rabbits, soon you'll see a lot of foxes. And sure enough, they were always right. There was always a lot of rabbits. And then all of a sudden the rabbits went away and there was a lot of foxes. Then the foxes got mange and they died off. And then the rabbits got, increased again. And it was this cycle. And you could almost watch it because it happened, rabbits reproduce real quickly and foxes do too. So it was like rabbits, foxes, rabbits, foxes. And you'd see that all the time. And like you said, that's the cycle. So if you got rid of all the rabbits and there was only a few, well, there would never be many foxes then.
Right.
And so if the foxes got mange, they would literally die out because you've kept the rabbit population all the time. They never had a chance to increase and die off on their own.
Sorry.
It's all right.
My daughter, I'm just like, she's over here and then she's over here and then she's behind me. And I'm trying to live by my signs in the background, no diving and on a mission.
On a mission. That's right. Here, we'll blow that up.
No diving in the shallow end.
See, there you go. Can you all see that? On a mission. And no diving in the shallows. Yeah, you know what happens when you dive in the shallows? You hit your head. You get a concussion and die.
I've done that before. That wasn't fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember diving into a pool once and hit my head on the bottom. But yeah, maybe that's why I'm the way I am. Anyway.
Oh, is that where that dent came from?
Yeah, that's right. Came out the back. I got a lump on the back of my head.
I've done that too.
Yeah. Al thinks so too, right, Al? Hey, Al. Good deal. Al says, yep. Anyway, so I got this book. And we're going to ask you some mighty important questions, everybody. Now, this book was suggested by Wayne, and I've been reading through it, and it's been pretty good. So if you can, it's called Escaping from Eden by Paul Wallace. It's kind of good. It's I'll give you the summary of it. It's a preacher guy. He, I guess he got in an accident, hurt his leg, and he decided to write a book. Read the Bible and start at the beginning and do his thing and talk about what he was actually reading. And it gets into, the Adam and Eve thing. And he says he starts dissecting it. And he's saying, how many times has the earth really been created? Because it says, the earth was created, and he came up with about 3 times or maybe more. It could be a, infinite number of times. And we know that scientists have said that, The earth could be, millions of years old. And I read the parts too, where it says, he created and then he came back and there was nothing. And then he had to recreate it again. So how can that be once? That's at least twice right there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then there was this, then he gets into this other parts, where Adam and Eve were kind of set up for taking the apple, and they, here they are. If God knows everything, then why did he give them an apple and say, don't eat it from the tree of knowledge if you don't even have the knowledge? You see what I'm saying? The conundrum there.
Yeah, if you look at it through a carnal perspective or a physical mindset in that form, you would think being deceived by God is what that story is telling you, and some serpent or, some, was trying to convince you of doing something evil and you followed that and God still was smitten, or, that's all because we look at it through a lens of carnalness, carnality or physical life and death, touch, feel, taste, hear, smell, senses type reality.
Yes.
When in actuality, this is a blip. This is something that we just we're given a chance to reach that upper room, if you will, through this life. And whether or not we take heed and do what we're supposed to do to get to there is up to you. It's incumbent upon you and you only. Nobody outside, no matter what's going on outside of you, can steer you away from who you truly are. And who you truly are is somebody that lives right, does good, loves everybody, knows that everything is all the same thing. We're all of the same energy. We are all one thing. Absolutely. But we have to get through our egos and our state of ignorance in this carnal mindset, because we're dealt with it every day. Without the ego, we would not survive long enough to ask ourselves why.
Yes.
And the Adam and Eve thing is essentially a story of that. We're given the choice between good and bad, through our own minds and our own actions and our own, deliverance, if you will. And we deliver ourselves to stupidness, or we deliver ourselves to openness and lovingness, and stupidness and ignorance is the devil of the world, and the opposite is the good.
The good. Yeah, exactly. And okay, so with that said, then the thing is that the Adam and Eve story is more of a parable or a lesson story than it is a true story. And
like any other religious parable, allegory, mystical story or whatever, it's many layers.
Yeah.
It's of a physical man woman type mindset towards God, essentially, is when you hear the Adam and Eve in the Bible, and our nakedness is, just that. That's why the meek will inherit the earth.
Yeah. The nakedness is
not in a
innocence.
physical, in a meek mind, just an innocent mind is where God is, where your true self is. Your true self is God.
Yes, absolutely.
Smart energy, if you will.
Okay, so we're speaking of God and stuff. So then we get there, and now I've done a little bit of, not a whole lot, but I've been reading this, and then I researched a few things on this. But he goes in to talk about the Elohim. Let's see. I should have marked these, but I'm winging it because I was going to have Morgan on earlier. And so...
hey, why don't you read something for about 5 minutes out of there?
Yeah.
And then I'll be right back.
All right.
Because I have to go give my daughter her keys. So
yes, you go right ahead.
All right, thanks.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about God, and he being in the beginning was called an Elohim, and the Elohim was he goes into how this is a plural word, and he researched it several times about how the Elohim is plural, meaning many. And no matter how you look at it, it always means many. And he says that these the authors of the Bible, who rewrote it, and I'm trying to figure this out here. I wish I would have put markers in here, but we're just going to have to go with it. he being an Elohim is many. It refers to Elohim in there, and then it changes to God, and then if he's just one of that bunch, then he's how should I say? Anyway, here it says here, Genesis 3:22, the Yahweh Elohim said, "See the humans; they become like one of us." Us meaning plural too. So, who were they talking about? A group of scientists or something, or a group of somebody who was creating? Well, if I jump ahead, I went to this other. Okay, you can jump ahead to the Enlil and Enki and Enlil story. Who hasn't heard of that? And they become they could be the same thing. They have the same story about creating Adam. Well, then it goes into, I just seen this the other day. They had there's a South American story that the natives had, and I looked this up, and it's called the Popol Vuh, Popolvuh.
The Popol Vuh, that's a Mayan Bible.
Yes, and I thought that was really interesting because they have the same story, only different characters as Enlil and Enki. Being those gods that came down from Nibiru, and the Nephilim and all that. But anyway, they that story is very similar. All these other stories I think are more of the real stories, because they went on, the author went on to say that as he researched all this, these stories were actually, real stories where they created man. They used, like the Popol Vuh, they took man and made him out of red dirt. And of course, in the Bible, it says red clay. So is that just a coincidence? Half a world away, they have the same story, but see, some tidbits still survived in the Adam and Eve story. Yeah, and
right.
like you said, they grouped it together, made it real simple, so anybody like you or me or whatever could remember it, pass it on.
Without personification, the human mind wouldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, because if you make the story too complicated, it's like,
or about allegory, or Enki means in earth, and Enlil means in air.
Yes.
So yeah,
earth and air, and then but yeah, the rulers of the air and ruler of the earth, and then they made Adam, and they made many Adams, and those were to do the work. And it says in that the South American one, the same thing. They made them to serve the gods, bring them food, grow the crops. Same with Enki and Enlil. They made them to do the work. They were the miners, the workers.
I don't know about that. I think those stories are like the Nibiru story is a story about us seeing the light, us seeing our true potential, our true self in the light of day, in the light of good. That's, every one of those stories, even Robin Hood, where he shoots the arrow, and, splits the two. That's a story about our creation and our creator. And King Arthur, pulling the sword from the Excalibur.
Oh yeah.
All of that, the same thing, and there's usually to do with a dragon, a serpent, or some good or bad choice of some sort, and even I think the thing is that story is played out because without the hero there is always a zero, and that's what the hero journey is all about, us prevailing over our shadow.
Yeah,
because our shadow is our only enemy, guys.
Oh yeah, I remember back when I was even in high school. I remember going through reading or whatever class it was, and they were telling you, how to make a story. How do you make a story? You got to have, certain qualities in that story. You got to have a beginning. You got to have, a hero or the main character, and then it's got to spin off to, and then have an ending where everything's back to normal or some such. So you got the beginning, the lead in, and then you have the climax, and then you got the end where you get to the point of what you're trying to present to the people that you're trying to explain your point to.
Darth said it best at the beginning. Unicorns and rainbows. If it were all unicorns and rainbows, what would be the point?
Yes.
You know, if we sat here happy and content all the time, what would be the point? There would be no point, because it would be just what heaven is.
Well,
and that's what we're trying to achieve.
That was in the Matrix. That was in the Matrix movie. Remember that?
Was it?
Yeah. The guy said, remember when he got to the
I've never seen that whole movie.
Oh, okay. So Neo gets to the guy, the creator guys, the guy with the beard, the mustache, and white hair, or whatever. And he says, yeah, I think it was that one. But anyway, he says, yeah, we created many matrices before. And he says, well, you know, we created one, and we created some in the beginning, but the people couldn't live. They were very unhappy because we made everything perfect. Everything was perfect. Nobody had a struggle. Everything was, you know, they had everything, all their needs and everything like that. And he said, and it collapsed on us. So we made people miserable, literally. And when we did that, we had to make them struggle and have conflicts and things like that. And he says, and then it started to work real good.
That's what the shadow does for us. It's, you know, that's why it's said that God created evil to form the good.
Yes.
Through the strongest, most struggle, the most strife, the most downtrodden life can come the most highest of all, wisest, and, you know, somebody that knows that it doesn't matter whether or not you think what you are is what you are. You know, it just matters what you are inside of you, what you project.
Yes.
You know, what your true self is. And then, you know, once we find that, I think that's where bliss is found.
Yeah.
And I think that's the true heaven, you know, and Adam and Eve can be hearkened to or likened to the right and the left of the brain, you know, and when they come in balance, then you become the tree of life, the completed tree of good and evil. You know, you complete the tree. You become the threefold being, what you truly are. And
we talked about that last night with the spelling thing, and Trina got that. She's something about there was the you got the Christ, the Buddha, and then the last one was the Avatar. And I wish I remember how the thing was the third piece was you're the Avatar, and you have the Christ, and you have the Buddha, you know. And I wrote it down here somewhere, but I write it all down.
That's like Thoth, you know. Thoth is the same as Jesus, or same as Buddha.
Yeah,
you know, they're all the same personification, or just different cultural perspectives.
Yes, and we dissected Hermes, which Hermes is supposed to be Thoth, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And where did we dissect Hermes here? I wrote it down.
You could also think of Hermes like a pen name, like John Doe, or, you know, I think a lot of people think that, what was that?
I remember where it was.
There's a couple writers in history. Was it Herodotus that they think maybe a pen name for a bunch of people, or there was another one recently. I forget. But they do that, you know, they use pen names in magazine articles and whatnot, and, you know, people that publish articles in journals and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how you can look at Hermes, you know, as a pen name for all, you know, people that have seen the light.
Okay, so here we go. I got it shared here. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Hermes. He, her, me's.
Nice.
She dissected. I don't know if you've seen this all last night. I know.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so me, are, you, cure all. Me, are, you, cure all. You are means light. And then Hermes Trismegistus, Tris, me, just us. 3 of me, 2 the heart of, or core of us. Thought. Through you I don't even know how that goes.
Thoth, I say it's Thoth. Thoth
That's
is
you.
doing God short of thought.
Yeah. So that's how she dissected the whole thing. But it was very interesting to see. See, if Julianne Payne, we're talking about you. Your ears are ringing. But this was really interesting how she broke that all down, especially with Hermes, because in those names, there's meaning in all of that. We look at it as that 2D thing, but like you said, there's layer upon layer upon layer.
Yes.
And you can start looking into that, and there's so much more than just reading. That's really with this whole book I'm reading.
Those are become clues to, and that's why there's so many different ones out there, is because each one of us is going to grab to something, going to cleave to something that's within their own understanding. That's what makes the path personal. That's why the path is narrower, through the eye of a needle, because my eye of my needle is different from your eye of your needle, and you're going to see things differently. But the most beautiful thing is that when you understand past that, you meet in the middle and you say, hey, there's nothing to argue about, because you're right and I'm right, and that's what it comes down to. Depends on where you're at in your path, whether or not you're still, for me, it took me looking at the sky, filming the sky.
Yeah. You filmed the sky a lot there for a while.
Yes, I did. I had 50 videos and Nibiru videos on my channel.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. There's a lot of people that were filming the sky. I remember when that all first started, I remember looking up and trying to see stuff and taking pictures of the sun. And, I think I took one picture of the sun where I actually seen something, and man, I was all excited, like, holy cow, what was that? And
one day I got a false image and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm spitting all over the place because I've got the ick. I've got a cold.
Yeah, that's all right. Can't get it through the computer. Well, I'm protected. There's a space between the two of us,
Right.
So,
and if it ain't selling, Robert, if it ain't selling, nobody's gonna buy. What's popular is not true. What's true is never popular.
Well, yeah, exactly. If everybody,
it's got to be sensationalized, it's got to be top rung theatrical jibber jab for people to cleave to or to grab onto and call it doctrine, or that's why religion has become so convoluted that people are just throwing it out.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing. If you had a show, somebody had suggested, why don't you just do some really good positive shows? And and I'm like, okay, yeah, well, if we just talk about such positive things, and nobody'd want to watch, because everybody talks about, they want to hear positive, but they need some kind of conflict in there, or they become uninterested really fast. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those subjects that nobody wants to admit to, but darn it all, everybody likes a little bit of drama somewhere along the line.
If everybody just knew that the path to God is all within you and your own mind and your own actions, your own way you carry yourself, what you truly are to yourself, to everybody. Because I can lie to you all day long, but I can never lie to myself.
Well, there are people who lie to themselves.
You can lie to yourself all day long, but you're still going to end up at the same spot. If you're on this journey, if you're listening to me right now, that's what it's all about. That's in my opinion. That's my opinion, though. That's nobody else. I'm not telling anybody that's 100% true, but in my opinion, God is within us. We find God when we find peace with ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You got.
Because we know what we're doing and what we're not doing.
You're in your own little bubble all the time. Everybody is. Everybody's in their own little bubble. We have our own experience.
Spot on when he said that to me one day, and I'm like, "You're crazy." I called him crazy when he said that to me, because we all have our own little reality. He said, "There's where the multiverse lies," and I was like, "You're crazy, whatever, dude. My reality is your reality," And then I got to thinking about it, and I had to eat crow. Like 4 weeks later, I finally came to terms with it, saying, "Dude, you're completely right," Because I used to go at people and say, "You gotta believe this, you gotta believe this," and it was wrong of me to do that.
Yeah. See, yeah, and that's the thing. And that happens a lot. People want to project their reality and their perspective onto somebody else.
Because when that reality is so profound in your own mind, you're gonna say, "Hey, you gotta hear me. You gotta hear me."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it lies, where the truest of our bliss is if we understand that we're all gonna have that, that epiphany type. I'm right. Nothing else can be right other than what I just say, because that's how profound it is in my mind.
That's right.
To me, could be chip dipped for you,
Mm-hmm. And you gotta look at the and the thing is that I like a lot of facts. I like down to earth. It's in the book, or I looked it up, and and I compare things. And if this book says something like that Popol Vuh or whatever, you know what? Now I'm interested. I'm ordering that book, and I'm gonna look at that book and read that too. It's kind of like Wayne. He's doing the Satanic Bible right now, and which is very interesting and he's right. Regardless if you want to argue about that, if you don't read both sides of the story, if you don't look at I mean, even if I mean, you can't just look at one Bible or one story. You have to look at this side and this side and this side and this side and this side. And then you have to come to a realization with your own reality and your own perspective and your own opinion of what you make of all those sides. And then you have to look, like you said, inside you to make a decision of what you want to believe out of any of that. You might throw it all out the door and all out the window and say, I don't like any of it.
That's not to say that there's only one truth, though. There's only one truth, else all be false. Let's get that straight away. There's one truth, and you can figure that out for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what I think it is or nothing.
Mm-hmm. One truth. Yeah, but there might be fractals of that truth in all those places, but none of them. You can't just pick up one book and say, I'm going to read this book and it's all going to be true, because this book here was written by a man and this is his perspective
of what he had on his journey when he wrote that too.
Yes. And if you read this book or any other book, it doesn't matter if you read this book or I got this book here too. I don't know if you ever read this book, but anyway, you read this book or whatever. They're all perspectives of that person, and they all have some bit of knowledge that those people have brought to their reality and are trying to show you. And if you look at it, it might influence your reality.
Well, a lot of people could look at this right now and hear us and sound like you guys sound like an AA meeting or a freaking New Age clan meeting, or some New Age David Koresh type religious movement or something like that, to that effect. But to me, people that are just going to openly not give a shit what anybody says or thinks about them, just for the profound care of others. That's all it's about, man.
Yeah.
I mean, F all the other shit. People know deep down whether or not you care or not, period.
Yes.
Period. And that's all it amounts to, and you can try to lie your way through it. You can try to bullshit your way through it. But, each of us have our unique qualities, but each of us know who really cares and who really doesn't.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying I'm one that cares either.
That's right. Well, and that's
we know this,
And the thing is you may care, you may not care, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you're in your own little bubble and you just influence other people's little bubbles.
Comes down to, if I ain't selling it, ain't nobody buying it, because it's got to be for sale for it to spread like wildfire.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if anybody gets anything out of this, it's just to do your own research,
come to your own conclusion. The word thing you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The most profound one is infinite is infinite.
Yes.
Infinite is infinite.
Yeah. You get the infinite and the infinite. Yeah. And that's the thing. People don't look at the big, what is infinite? What
infinite is ineffable, undescribable, nothingness and everything all at the same time.
Yeah, that we can't even wrap our heads around.
No, and we never will until we reach that state.
Yeah,
And then you
Yeah.
won't, even then you won't be able to describe it.
I mean, it's like somebody. I don't know how many times people have tried to describe time, and they say, well, we're living in the past, present, and the future all at the same time, and then just sit there someday and try to wrap your head around it for a little while. I mean, if you really start thinking about living in the past, present, and future for a bit, it'll blow your mind, because you're thinking, well, I just thought of that, but now that's the past. What's the future? Well, this was the future, but now it's the present,
You
and now
notice
it's the
all
past already.
all in your head, right?
Yeah, exactly. So where am I living at? Is the past even, the past is history now.
We're in a freaking pickle jar under a fake fridge light in some universal fridge far off in Never Land underneath, some purple twilight moon.
Yeah.
Instead of flat earth, round earth, globe, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that, we just treat each other with respect, I think.
So the thing is if you were looking at it, people say they can see the future sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there and you say you can see the future, is that because the future's already happened and we're living in the past?
That's a pretty good one.
I mean, really?
Hey,
because then that would make us.
That's a philosopher type question you just posed right there.
Exactly. Yeah. So what was it? My buddy had this conversation with me, Mr. Common Sense, one day, and he says to me, well, you got the Bible, right? And you got this, and then you got the end, that's Revelations or whatever, tells you what's going to happen in the future. So I said, okay, so we'll just assume that God's all knowing and everything, and he's this little white man, and been everywhere. Well, then that means he's like a time traveler, because he's been in the past. Now he went all the way to the future, and now he's come back, and he's telling you what's going to happen in the future.
I got a few what ifs for you. Anybody with the conspiratorial mindset will grab onto these and they'll say, hey, what if? Now, what if the Mandela effect is a way to inform us from ourselves, our one true self, which is God, which is everything? What if it's us trying to tell us that, hey, wake the F up? What if the Mandela effect is that, folks? What if it's a communication from us, from the future, from the past, from the side, from the left, from the right, to tell us that more is to this reality than you think is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think the Mandela
That's why
effect
there's so many of those.
I don't know what to think of the Mandela effect, actually, except that all I can think of is it's skipping timelines. It's time
from us, a heads up.
Yeah, it could be, but there's some stupid things in there like, oh yeah, I remember this, and so does everybody else, but it really never happened when you look back, on the real, is that just a collective thought that we've just manifested, or is it a timeline that happened that we all remember and then we just skipped it?
What if the resonant frequency of each aura on a human is 0.00 or 1 billionth? And right now there's 7.82 billion people on the planet, and the resonant frequency for the planet Earth is 7.82 hertz. Mm-hmm. So what if you are a billionth of a hertz, and your resonance is what dictates what the next move of the planet is, because you're in resonant frequency, or there's that much, feedback in the system on an individual billionth scale, all together.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it's that.
It could be. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of thought and theories on that, and I don't even want to try to, that's just too mind blowing, except that the fact that we all agree that there is something happening, and that's why the Mandela effect was created. Because people had these thoughts, and then they said, hey, something happened, and we all agree that it happened, but when we look back and say, oh, but it really never did happen, what happened to that? We all knew it happened.
The biggest one for me, I have to just say, the one of the world at the end of We Are the Champions by Queen. Mm-hmm. Of the world, everybody remembers the end of that song. Okay. Of the world. Those were the last words, right?
I don't know. I don't remember listening to that song.
Yeah, even in the movie, it's the last words with Freddie Mercury, or that recent movie that came out about his life.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Even in that movie, it says of the world. So you know, but on the LP,
Yeah.
on all of the versions on TV, never.
Oh, what was the last word? What was the last words on the albums?
They used to be of the world.
And now they're gone.
It's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, we are the champions.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then it we are the champions. And then there's
of
a
the world.
of the world.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, never happened.
No?
It's gone.
Huh.
Off of my own version of it, off of my own CD of it, it's gone. Gone.
Huh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, I remember it was always of the world. I always
Yes.
liked that part. Of the world. Yeah.
Is it a coincidence that it's that particular thing, that particular phrase?
That's a good one. That blows my mind. That's even better than I am your father, Luke.
Right.
I am your father.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why I thought you would cleave to that, or it would sink in a little more, you know, because that's what I mean with the Mandela effect. It runs the gamut from visual ones to logos to labels to, you know, and I think that's what it is. It's to tell each one of us that has that mindset for that particular advertisement or, you know, symbolism, because that's essentially what advertisement is symbology or symbolic logo, you know, what do they call it? Logomancy or something like that, where, you know, they're just sending you their logo at you, and, you know, you attach a certain thought form to it, and then you have to have it, and, you know, and then it's all subliminal and all.
Oh yeah, there's so much subliminal stuff. That's why it's good to, you know, and I'll just give this to everybody. Hey, you know, take a day or so, turn off the TV, don't listen to ads, you know, just kind of go electronic free once in a while. And it's amazing how your brain can just clear right up, because, you know, it gets to you after a while. I mean, if you ever go to town and you think you got to have something, maybe you really don't have to have that, you know, because it's been drilled in your head all day.
But that's what makes it the creatures of wrath, the bottomless pit, you know, because we just keep feeding that and that thing we are trying to fill that void for, that void we're trying to fill, whether it be with chocolate, burritos, cocaine, heroin, you know, crack, meth, whatever the case may be, or love or people or relationships. You know, we're always trying to fill the void with something. Every one of us has got that. And what is that? What is that truly to you? Figure that out. Because you're never getting it. You're never getting it by consumerism or filling it with food, cake, butter, Prozac, Oxycontin, you know, whatever it is. You're never going to fill it.
Yep.
I've been, what is it? Chasing Mr. Brownstone. What's that song by Guns N' Roses? I don't
listen to much rock and roll, man.
Brandy knows.
Brandy, what is it?
Mr. Brownstone, I think it's called.
Let's see what she says. Brandy. Yeah. Brandy knows. Oh, okay. We'll see what she says. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't listen to much of that Guns N' Roses stuff.
Whatever. The song's about him chasing, you know, heroin and a certain feeling he had when he first took it, you know, and he'll never get to that feeling again.
Yeah.
You know, and that's essentially what we are. And we're trying to fill that void, because that void is our true self, our true identity of what we truly are. And that's, you know, that's why you are me and I am you. In the end, we are all of the same one energy. The center of all things, the axis mundi, is how we are all connected, because we are all part of it.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree on that. We're all the same. It's just that we all have our different persona, and that's what we live by. And our ego keeps us protected from just, you know, jumping off the cliff or something, you know, or getting eaten by a tiger or something. Like, you know, yeah. Anyway, well, we've gone our hour. Man, how it flew by.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I wish I was in a better spirits.
That's all right. I'm glad you can make it. I'm glad you're feeling better. At least now everybody knows that you're alive and well and functioning.
Yeah,
because
thanks to everybody sending me the love and all that, and the get wells. It helps.
Yeah. It does. Yes. I mean, thank you for coming on last minute. Like I said, Morgan was having computer problems with her internet and stuff. We'll probably try to get her back on another day. You know, the internet can be a crazy thing. Lord knows we've had our problems here one way or
Well,
another.
you've been doing a hell of a job, dude.
Oh, well, thanks.
You're steering the bus clear of the avalanches, and that's the best part of it.
That's right. That's right. And with a little bit of help from Al, he made me a bus today. So next time I'm gonna have a bus up there.
That's awesome, dude.
But it's all right. Right, Al? Yeah. Hey. Okay. He says okay. I didn't see him in the chat room tonight. All night's not to have him in the chat. But okay, thank you.
Love outward, and nothing can phase us.
That's right. Well, thank you. And thanks to everybody who's made this show possible. Thank you for all your love and support too. Thank you for your great emails that you send me. I mean, it just makes this show worthwhile, and I enjoy coming to you as much as I can. So this week's going to be a busy week for me. A lot of work. I'll see you guys on Saturday probably because it's I'm on my 10-day stretch. So, but we'll be doing Saturday if everything goes right. So, okay. Well, peace, everybody. Love you all.